Hey, Green Pearls here, and I'm here today just to talk to you a little bit of important news in the crypto market. Bit of news out today, June the 13th, 2018, which is really interesting. Bitcoin futures could spur bank ratings downgrades. What that essentially means is all the big ratings agencies, everyone has an individual credit rating, right? Okay, that determines how much credit you can get. So obviously, banks and big companies also have credit ratings as well. And what this article is basically saying is that these ratings agencies may actively look to downgrade the bank's rating that they give them if these guys continue to get involved in Bitcoin futures. Now, Bitcoin futures and actual Bitcoin are two different things. I can explain to you what the difference is between a derivative and the actual asset direct itself on another video, but yeah, anyway, we'll get back to that. Now, what's important is the ratings agency, obviously, if they are genuinely considering this, and this is like a direct attack, really, to undermine the whole sector, because it's basically discouraging banks from getting involved with the cryptocurrency. So it's effectively stifling the growth. So if they did downgrade, a bank from say a B plus to a B minus, what would that mean? That would mean that it might cost the bank an extra 0.25% or something like this, or 0.1% to borrow money. Their bonds that they issue for the bank itself, when the bank's looking to raise capital, they may have to pay more money out. So it effectively becomes more expensive for a bank when they have a ratings downgrade. Some other they reported, obviously there's been quite a lot of trading volume, something like 670 million during a single trading session. So obviously the banks, they're seeing this come to the market. The bigger rating agencies, the powers behind the ratings agencies, because all these ratings agencies who set the rates, they're all not sweetness and light. But yeah, basically the banks are definitely it's definitely overtures towards from the ratings agencies. To I mean, what you've got to remember about the ratings agencies, people like Standard and Poor's and Fitch, who are they paid for? They're paid for by the institutions that they represent. Who are the institutions that they represent? Are the people that they rate. So all of these big companies, Dow 100 or big Dow companies, FTSE, whatever index, whatever market, or and the banks and everyone else, they all pay to be rated by Standard and Poor's and the others. So there's probably a lot of pressure from within the traditional investment and business landscape to say, hey, look, we want people who are more involved in blockchain, particularly in cryptocurrency. I correct myself, in cryptocurrency, to or obviously be penalised. They want to hamper the growth. Well, this is nothing extreme. This is normal. This is normal as the transitions. There's going to be lots of stuff like this, but it is significant. There's a comment here for banks, even though they are saying that they are not directly in the trading of cryptocurrencies as clearing members, they do have some indirect exposure to it, whether they like it or not. Yeah, okay, and then there's some more. So we'll have to see. Obviously, it's a little bit hostile towards Bitcoin futures. I guess will it mean that there'll be no more futures? No, it won't. All it will mean is that to the consumer, the bottom line is it to trade crypto futures, it won't be getting any cheaper under this landscape. It's so the operators that do remain or choose to remain or etc. will put a premium on it. Not as bad as the kimchi premium, fortunately. We'll be talking fractals. If you don't know what the kimchi premium is, apparently in South Korea, people are sort of very restricted on the amount of crypto they can buy. So what they do is they'll use cash, won, I guess it is out there, to buy cryptocurrency. And the premium is the difference between the price and the extra bit you have to pay on top for having the benefit of paying in cash. And that can be from 10 to 60%. So, wow, if you're sat on a lot of one there, you've got a way to make some money. But anyway, enough about that. And I wouldn't obviously suggest you do that, of course, anyway. I'm just sort of saying, let's see if we've got any other articles here which are mildly interesting. This one here, it's not a big story. The Binance user's account was hacked with 50k in crypto. Yeah, this is going to happen. And part of the reason why I'm talking about this is because of this big correction we're seeing now has effectively been triggered by this, obviously, coin heist, 50 billion plus. We all know the details. It's all online. I don't have it in front of me right now, but the coin heist 3 days ago, and the price has continued to drop. And yeah, I think it will do. I mean, look, guys, it's going to be Bitcoin's going to stay at around 6,000. It'll test 6,000. Will 6,000 become the support? Will 6,000 become the resistance? I would say that we'll see a little bit of a support, a couple of attempts at a rally, but I think ultimately we'll test 5,000. Possibly 4,846, and who knows even further from there. But I definitely think we'll go and test 10,000. Now, a lot of people saying, "Oh, the market's crazy," or "This is bad," and all the rest of it, and it's actually perfectly normal, really. Obviously, it's painful if you're holding a large amount of currency and you're this hold all thing, whatever you weirdos call yourselves. Whatever. But if you've got a huge amount of cash that you need to use or that you're overly emotionally invested in, it's gonna be a ride. But at the end of the day, it's at 6,000 or it's getting to 6,000. It's gonna test. It's gonna test 5. Right, EOS. I know this is not the story you can see on the screen, but I do want to talk about EOS. Whilst they're on my mind. I mean, for me, EOS is, it's really questionable. It's a really questionable thing. I think if you're in a profit on that, I would look to get out. I would look to get out of EOS because that is just going to crash. That is the biggest sack of dog poo-poo in the world. I mean, wow. But this is what it is. This reminds me of the dot-com boom in the 90s, the late 90s. Got to the stage where anyone with a ridiculous idea could raise a serious amount of cash before it all imploded. But this is a part of a cycle of the sector, and then after it calms down and the stronger companies come through and everybody learns and it evolves and it goes on and goes on. So you have to remember we're in the embryonic stages. Okay. EOS maintains only 3% okay. I mean, EOS, more news about their mainnet, more news. I mean, the whole thing about EOS as well, just to sort of finish it off a little bit, is, they were developing their mainnet for 1 year. And then 2 days before, as we all know, they put it out there to be tested by, other people's hackers or whatever. Or we've all heard the story, one guy, got 12 of them. 120 grand or whatever. But, why wasn't that done like 3 months before, 4 months before? Why wasn't that been done as part of a continual process? It all just seems so shoddy. All I'm going on with my gut with EOS, and it just seems so shoddy. Am I a little bit jealous the guy did what he did and got so much cash? I got to admit, I am. But still, that doesn't... but still independent to that, I can I can still see that. Well, that's gonna that's gonna that's gonna tank. Oh yeah, Twitter giving yeah, okay, Twitter making out they're trying to close down fake sales or whatever. Okay, great. Yeah, okay. Russians to mine close to NATO exercise in Norway. Okay, fine. Tron. I keep hearing a lot about Tron. I haven't really done any research on it. I don't know whether I will or not. I suppose I will do at some point. Um, yeah. Okay. Cool. That is really the main story then for today. All the rest of it is just kerfuffle. One other thing I wanted to sort of say as well is what do you got to remember is in this crypto sector space, every time there's a major heist hack, it's always going to affect the market. And we're going to see this as the years progress. But what we're also going to see is as over time, is it gradually decreasing and becoming rarer, and as better safeguard comes in place, amounts becoming less and less, and the whole thing just getting better. I'm sure the technology is going to be there. So, but what my point was is when you're looking back, 10 years from now, you're going to be able to pinpoint the big bank heists, exchange heists, coin heists, and see the spike and be like, oh yeah. But they're also going to represent good buying points as well. So think about that. But when you're buying, don't confuse like decent cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin Cash or Litecoin or Neo or IOTA or Ethereum with a lot of these ICOs and shitcoins and all the rest of it. Don't confuse a coin that's just trying to be a coin with a company who's got a coin just trying to scam the life out of you. Don't do that. Cool. All right. We'll see you next time.